Okay guys, so yeah, pretty good day today. Really pleased with it. It was, as the sort of title suggests here, it was quite stress free. The gaps in between the races were 10-15 minutes, and yeah, it was just really nice just to be able to have an opportunity to flip between the races and yeah, just have a bit of time to go over the market. So yeah, I haven't listed any sort of recommended videos today because there's something probably that can be taken out of every one of them. Second video in, that's another frustrating one for me, and I have sort of watched it back, and yeah, I'm screaming at the video, saying, why haven't you just got in, get in? I made 2 attempts at an entry and both were far too slow. Tried to get too clever and offer a price, and everything was sort of screaming out that the horse was gonna drift, and yeah, I missed out on it. There's a couple of videos where I made a couple of mistakes. I got a bit greedy in a couple of them as well, and ended up sort of giving back a bit of my green on them. And I've entered early on a couple of the markets today as well, so that's a little bit different to the markets I've traded up till now. So I've generally sort of waited, for the 3-minute mark or the 2-minute mark to get involved, and I've gone in a little bit earlier on some of the videos today. So with mixed results really, but yeah, overall, as I say, happy with how it's gone today. There was one video that didn't work. I did record it, but I had an issue with the encoding, so I do talk about that in, I think it's one of the latter videos anyway. So I'll describe that trade in detail there. But listen, I hope you enjoy the videos. If you've got any comments, as I said before, please feel free, drop them in. I'll try and respond to them. And yeah, thanks for watching guys, hope you enjoy. Okay, it's just over the 2-minute mark here. And yeah, is this favourite going to break through this sort of comfortable range that it's been trading in? Or is it going to bounce over the 4? I'm not sure. I just tried to get in there. Let's try again. I made one tick there, this is coming down, and this is pushing down against it, so that's got opposition. Is this going to break the 4? It's sort of crucial to this one here. Doesn't look like it's gonna. Yeah, that's not. Is it gonna stay there? I'll take that. It's not much. It just looks sort of one stake of 13 quid of scalp, but yeah, sorry, I'm a little bit quiet on this. These pictures coming up. Okay, I'm a little bit nervous with that. These two are battling against each other now, and these two have the ones that drifted out. This is Sam. Just looking at that, that's come in for quite a bit of money. Yeah, okay, I'm not really sure why the pictures aren't working on this, and yeah, it's a little bit jumpy. Managed to get one tick out there. It's not great, is it? But yeah, I'll take that for the first race of the day, to be honest. I'll leave that there. Okay, so a little bit better prepared for that one. I was messing about with the pictures before I turned the recording on the last one, and yeah, I hope that's not a trend of the day, if you like, that Sandown's got no pictures, because it makes it considerably harder to trade. Okay, it's just looking at this market here. It's a novice hurdle, got a short price favourite, Peter Bowen horse. What's going to come in against it? This one's slowly drifted over the 6 throughout the day. This one looks really weak. Got sort of four horses at the sort of prices that I wouldn't be too concerned about. So it's really what's going to stop this favourite coming down and through the 2. These two have both got crossovers to get through. The 4 and the 6, there's nothing really stopping that coming through. Yeah. I think the favourite might be the one to trade here. Just not sure which way to trade it quite yet. So this has come through the 6. This is just bouncing up and down at the bottom of this range here. Yeah, this seems to be, this one's pushing down as well though. So we've got 3 against this favourite at the minute. Let's come in a tick or so. I'm still only at the 3-minute mark here, so still a bit of time. There's quite a bit of money backing up here. Okay, so that's really broke down. This is pushing again. Is this favourite going to come back down? This is still pushing. I'm gonna stick a stake of 50 quid in there. I'm gonna take that out again. There's quite a bit of money building up there. That's sort of disappeared now, and I'm wondering whether that's gonna come crashing back down again. Don't know yet. This has got a key point here if that's going to carry on coming in, and there's that money come back again. This is still pushing. Yeah, I've missed this now. And that's really fucked up now, hasn't it? So yeah, too hesitant there. Is this going to come through the 4? It's pushing. This is still pushing. I think we missed this favourite now, albeit fucking hell. I'll try and get that matched. There's a bit of money in front of us here, and that's gone now. Yeah, really slow. Really slow at getting into that. I'm definitely not chasing it. This one's been really strong. These haven't necessarily done anything, they've drifted out. This one sort of bounced up and down. It's this one that's primarily pushed this favourite right out. And obviously this one's come through the 4 as well, but Yeah, not a great one. It's too indecisive at the bottom. Tried to get in, hoping it would bounce down, and it didn't happen. And the same when I tried to make a second entry there. So it's really sort of buggered off this, hasn't it? Yeah, that could have been a nice trade, to be honest. Could have been a really nice trade. Anyway, leave it there. Nothing lost. Okay, so it's nice and chilled today. If you look at today in comparison to yesterday, just look at the gaps between the races. 10 minutes, 15 minutes, just gives you that little bit of extra time to breathe. So I usually leave the Irish races alone, but I'm gonna give them a once over today. Yeah, if I do enter, it's going to be sort of half my normal stakes at the prices, just because they are a little bit jumpier than the UK market, so you can get caught out on the wrong side pretty quickly, really. So yeah, what's happening with these? You've got a favourite bouncing up and down in this sort of range here. This one looks fairly strong at the minute, coming back down to this 3. So it's already been through it, trying to get through it again. And you've got this one sat at the 6.0, so what's going to stop the favourite coming in? We've got these two that have got to get through crossovers, so that's a barrier. This one's coming up to a crossover. If that goes over, that's going to break back through. And these markets are a bit weaker than the UK market, so you'll find that horses tend to come through these resistance points a lot easier than's generally the case, but it's worth just bearing in mind anyway. And this one's pushing back down towards this, and this could quite easily be a 1v1. Don't necessarily need to see sort of two horses coming in to send this favourite out. So let's come through there. So it's at the top of its range here. You see that big spike then? If we've been on the wrong side of that, just give the markets a chance to settle down here. Is that the true direction that this wants to come in? It's a really big stake then. So this is pushing down. This is coming back up to that 3 now. This is sort of crucial. Is that going to keep going? What are we seeing now? It's pushing. We've got a few pushing against this favourite here. We've got ladder 4, ladder 2. I'm gonna take a bit out there, and I know it's only for a few pence, but look at this. This is fucking flying. Can this keep going? And it's starting to bounce now. If this carries on pushing, I'm just looking, do I get back in here? This should be, so close that was to getting matched. Is this still strong? This is still pushing. So there's still opposition. I think that might get matched now, so it's coming back down again. So this one's bounced up, and that flew in from 3. So you can see why smaller stakes for these sort of markets are key, really. And this ladder 4 is really pushing in. So I think just got that exit point right at the top there. before it started bouncing back down, and it's could have done a lot better with that. It's only £1.40, but then you've got to bear in mind that it's only sort of one stake at £26 as well. So this is coming back in. And these are just bouncing off each other now. This is buggered off. This has sort of found its plateau at the bottom there. And yeah, it's drawing up, so they're about to go off. I'm quite happy with that trade. It's not loads of money, but yeah, I'm quite happy with that. Okay, so it's Sandown race, small field. Let's just see if the pictures are working in now. Okay, so it's better. So short price favourite here. It's got quite a big ranger that's been coming in all day. And yeah, look at this one. Massive drifter. Yeah, this could be a nice one, to be honest. I'm just looking at these. This is a couple of big stakes there. I've bounced this out. This has got a chunky trading range. It hasn't been below the 3, but this has just come through the 10. Okay, I'm thinking this favourite might drift, but I'm not sure, because it's pushing down here. It's pushing back down, but where's the opposition coming from? This one. These two aren't really doing anything, so it started a bit of a move now. I'll put a stake in there. And I'm getting in a little bit earlier than I normally would, but I've got a funny feeling this is going to come through the 6, so I'll sort of look at maybe getting out if it bounces down past this point here. So £2 at the minute. This is coming to the top of its range. Is this going to carry on drifting, or this is starting to get a little bit ropey now? Have I got in too soon here? Okay, so this is starting to push back. This is still pushing down. We're coming up to the 2-minute mark here. So what's going to happen here? Just going to get out of there. That looked a bit dodgy there, and it started going now. A little bit in our favour. Is that going to carry on? This is pushing and this is pushing, but this favourite does look quite strong. I'm really looking for ladder 3 to start coming back in as well. And yeah, I'm going to get out of there. It's just ladder 4 is pushing, but nothing else has really got any conviction on it. And yeah, ladder 3 is really scooted off. Ladder 2 is still pushing. We've still got a minute left, so see if we can get in for a tick here. And got a couple of ticks out of that. It looks quite safe in this region, albeit, and look at that big stake just gone in there. Okay, now it started going on the back of this one. This one started reversing a bit. This one's still strong and this one's still strong. So you know what, it did drift off, but just took a little bit longer than we initially thought. This is coming. Look at this now. Yeah, got in probably a little bit too early there. Look at this. This has drifted right out there and come straight back in almost to where it was. This one was quite strong in the end. So yeah, got in too early is the lesson there, I guess. But there's a few decent little sort of scalps in that, so I'm not unhappy with that. Okay, it's 4 minutes out on this. I think that downright is just about finished. You see this big lay stake in here, and now it's all just disappeared. That was a big chunk of change that just pushed that hole's right up there. Is that going to come again? And that's the favourite there. Okay, so is this going to go through the 6? This one's ladder 3 is pushing down. This one looks generally weak. What else is gold emery? Keep an eye on that one. Does look fairly weak overall though. So what's going to stop this favourite? Ladder 2 at the minute, and ladder 3 potentially. I think this might drift this favourite, but yeah, we're coming up to the 2 minute mark here, and I'm not 100%, but my initial sort of impressions were this might come into, see that big spike then. There's only this one opposing. Yeah, that's drifted. But it is lining up near the front as well, so what's this doing? This gold emery's coming in a full tick. Full point, sorry. And this one's just shut off, hasn't it? Is this going to come past here? This might be a safe point to scalp. Oh, just get out of there. I was a little bit jumpy. I clicked on there. Didn't mean to add to that state there. So this is pushing. That's just shut off. And this is lining up near the front, so it's not got. You can't expect that to drift very far. Yeah, what's this doing? And that's come right through the 4 now. Is that going to carry on? I'm going to put a lay stake in here. Just, I don't think it's going to really sort of come away from here, but I've got to think about getting out of this now. Yeah, so I messed that up really, but it has sort of fired in now. I didn't really think that could get going the way it has, but this has just shot out all of a sudden. So yeah, that's quite a jumpy one. Yeah, I thought that might have drifted back up towards the 4, to be honest, but I got out quick enough. I'm not upset with that. This sort of shit happens. It's just one of them. Okay, so quite a way out in this Irish market, but got a really short price favourite here. Again, if I'm going to trade anything, I'd rather be trading this than this. It's come in, you can see it's come in a massive amount, and it is a maiden hurdle as well, so there's not a lot of form sort of known about these horses, which can make them even more dangerous, these sort of markets. But you're sort of thinking with what's known about these horses, I guess, should this favourite be this lower price? And it has, I mean, it has been lower, but it's bounced off that. And I'm just wondering whether there's an opportunity to get in at maybe a longer sort of longer time frame, if you like, a longer term view. I'm going to stick a trade in there and see if that gets matched. It's just going to come up a little bit. I don't want to chase it too much, we are still quite a way out, but this ladder 2 been matched at lower, for pennies really, lower prices. This is coming down to the 10. I don't want to chase this price up, but yeah, got a feeling I'm going to miss this move. You can see this disappearing now, and that's pretty much what's happening. But it's really it's really frustrating. And this is starting to really push down now. I don't want to, because I've had that opinion of it potentially drifting. Look at this shit here. Ugh. Yeah, another one that sort of got away. And yeah, it's really difficult to. I think if this breaks through the 4, then I'll carry on laying this. But yeah, it's a really difficult one to stomach when you've seen it sort of this low down here and it's fired out. And the 2 minute mark's coming up, but this is pushing. This is still. That's come back over the 10. And it's just going to carry on. It's really, you've seen that big stake coming there. And it's so fucking jumpy. These are pushing. This is pushing. You just got to be conscious of that. There's big stakes flying around as well, because it can just rip right through you. This hasn't really. I'm gonna get in there. That's fucking hell. You saw that big stake there. Is that gonna carry on? I'm just a little bit nervous. It seems to get to a certain point, jump up. I've only got sort of one stake left. You can see it gets up to about there, and then a massive stake just wants to come in and back it, but it has still got our position. Let's see if we can get a quick 50 out of it. And this has drifted up. The money's sort of drying up now. You know what? We'll just take a quid out of that. It's starting to get a bit jumpy again. I almost feel a little bit fortunate in that one, because at the point I entered, a big stake came in, so I would have, if that had been a second earlier, that stake would have ripped through my entry position. But because the stake came in before I entered, if you rewatch that back, you'll see that my entry caught a lower price, and as the market corrected, it went in my favour. So I do feel a little bit fortunate to some degree there. But yeah, it's just a pity didn't get in on my original entry down here, because that would have been a rather nice trade. But we made a quid out of it. It's not loads, but it's okay. Okay, so I just sat talking to myself for 2 minutes there, which is always great, isn't it? Yeah, I forgot to put the recorder on. So I'm in for an early entry here, and the reason being, we've got another maiden hurdle and a really short price favourite. Now, this favourite could very well keep coming in. We could get this wrong, but yeah, I just don't see any sort of logical reason why it would just keep coming in. As I say, it could. I'm prepared to take a bit of a meaty loss on this if it does indeed, really start firing in, and I'll look to maybe get out at sort of 150. But I'm prepared to give it a little bit of time here. I'm gonna start setting some exit trades. Up here now, it's going against me for a couple of ticks, but these have really been drifting all day, and yeah, I just think I can't see how there wouldn't be any opposition as the real money starts coming, because this is super short for the type of race it is now. It is from the Henderson yard, so that could have something to do with it. And it could just be that, these other horses are all just sort of donkeys, but yeah, I've just got a sneaky suspicion that we might be able to get a few ticks out of this. Again, I've got to sort of accept that if this really does start get going, then I've got this wrong. It hasn't really sort of broke through this range, and I've got in round about here, and it hasn't conclusively sort of broke through this. So I'm hoping that this is the bottom, and it takes a bit of a bounce. I'm not looking for many ticks here. You can see I've sort of put my exit points in and around where it's been comfortable trading previously. So it doesn't have to be a massive move, but to make a few quid here. And there's a big chunk that's just come up. So how lucky was that, I guess? There's a big chunk of lay money just came up then. So yeah, that was interesting to catch on screen. The market's just settling down again now. This is pushing down. So yeah, I'm sort of at a decision point here of whether I perhaps want to, if it comes back down to this point again, do I enter again? Just looking at it, it's sort of lining up at the front. Is it going to push through this? And yet, I'm not super keen at the minute. We've still got plenty of time till the off, and it is lining up at the front, so it's starting to push again. Is this going to come through this? I'm going to put a stake in there. I think we might get another bounce. Yeah, it's really jumpy, isn't it? Okay, so got a stake out there. Is that this is pushing? This is through the 10. Don't want to let all this profit go, but yeah, let's just get out of there. That's what's really come in. It has got opposition, but there's some big spikes there, so you can always get in again. It's just not I'd ideally want to see 2 of these pushing against it. Now ladder 3 is, but these others aren't really. I'm just thinking, is that flattening out now? I'm going to take that out of there. This isn't really continuing, and this is coming in a little bit, but you can see how jumpy this is, so yeah, I guess the early entry, it wasn't necessarily right, but that big stake did come in and sort of helped it out, so this has started going now. Can this come down? I'm fucked up here. I think this might bounce back up again. Just waiting here. Yeah, we just got out of there, so lost a little bit of profit. I thought that was going to bounce up. And I was sort of sat there with one tick and another stake ready to jump on the lay side for a stake, but yeah, mixed bag that one, isn't it? It's we got a little bit greedy at the end there, and I've lost a little bit of profit for my troubles. Yeah, okay, I'll leave that there. I'm okay with the green, but yeah, not sure if I should have just left it alone a bit earlier on. Okay, so just finished watching that Sandown race. It looked like the money was the money for that favourite was well placed, to be honest. It won really well. But okay, so got here. Look at the trading range on this. Well, what's going to stop this coming in? Ladder 3 is pushing down. That could be opposition. It's got a crossover to get through. Ladder 2, it's got the same. Can it get through this? If not, then this favourite's gonna keep coming in. Ladder 4 is pushing a little bit as well. So there's opposition at the minute against this favourite. It's not a great deal of turnover. Yeah, can these keep coming? The key is this one here. If this can get through the 3, then that's going to send this out. And it's pushing. It's coming up to the 2-minute mark as well. I think I've got a feeling I want to back this favourite, and fuck's sake, is that going to get through? I'm going to get in there now. This is waited too long. It's a bit jumpy, but this has got to get through the 3 to make me sort of really nervous. It's pushing. Is it going to get through there? No. So we start looking at taking a little bit of this out. Now it's got through the 3. So is it going to carry on? It's pushing. It's sort of paramount to this trade now if that carries on. So it hasn't. It's pushed up through. That one's sort of buggered off, and this favourite looks quite strong. Can we get it to touch the 2? This is back through the 3. This isn't really. It's kissing it, and it's just not strong enough to get through. But is this going to keep pushing down? That's up and over again. It could do, but I'm going to take a little bit more out there, and yeah, let's try and get that 350. I don't think it's gonna push down to the 2 now. We've only got 20 odd seconds left, and yeah, this is sort of teetering around that crossover. You watch it; it'll come fucking back down now. But look, getting towards the off time now, and it is starting to come towards that. And we would have got that match. Would have got a 5 out of that. But you know what? This has broke through the 3 now as well. I'm okay with that. I'm okay. It's a decent enough green for what it was. Obviously a little bit gutty because I was sort of aiming for nearer the 5. That would have been a nice trade there. But okay, leave that there. Okay, it's 5.5 minutes out of this nice race. Yeah, I think that Fossilas is still in running, so not really sure on this one. I think this favourite's quite strong, even though it has been coming in all day, to be fair. There's not loads of money matched on this, so yeah, I imagine this one's gonna be quite jumpy. But I don't see any reason at the minute why this favourite wouldn't carry on. This has got the 6 to get through. This is pushing, which is interesting. And there's just a fucking load of runners here that, you know what, these prices, they can have an influence on this market. You look at sort of them up at 20 odd, but they only have to come in a few ticks and break the crossover at 20 to have an influence on some of these at the front end. So yeah, you can see it jumping up and down at the minute. Now, the question is it going to have enough legs to get through here? So yeah, if I'd got in a couple of minutes ago, I'd have been quite happy at the minute. But Yeah, I think if it carries on and it comes through this 4, then I'll probably look at maybe trying to get on the backside. But yeah, really gotta be careful in these sort of markets, because it doesn't take a lot, especially with this sort of turnover and, you know, hardly any money matched on either side as well. So this is coming down towards the 6. Just keep an eye on these. So this is coming in for a tick or two. And this has bounced back up again. Yeah, it's the trouble, I guess, getting in these markets too early is you can't help almost, but I guess try and form some sort of opinion that can quickly go wrong. So are these going to break through the crossover? You can see that these have come in. I think that's come through the 20. This is coming for a few ticks now, so that one's coming a tick or two as well. So yeah, I really don't know whether I'll look. I don't want to be looking at trading anything, you know, above the 6 here, or if this comes through the 6, then that might be interesting, but this favourite I still think might have some legs. What's happening here? That's pushed through the 10. This has drifted off now. Is this favourite quite strong? That's drifted out. That's come in. That's drifted out. Yeah, you can see it's... How fucking jumpy is this? And that's pushing back up towards the 10 again. Yeah, this is crazy. This is how can you know, if you entered here, I think you're gambling to a degree. Now there is opposition against this favourite now, but it's coming in ladder 3. This one's pushing down. That one's sort of in and around where it started, and this one's really come in. So that's from the 20. So there is opposition to it, but it's not doing much to it. This one's pushing down. Is it going to get going? Well, I was looking at that money there that was getting matched. And yeah, this is pushing. I'm not keen on chasing this, to be honest. I think I'll just get out of this. It's not really worth it for... Oh, that's just bounced up. Can we get that matched? I'll be happy with a scratch now. I was just about to take that fucking stake out. Yeah. I was just about to take that stake out because it looked a little bit risky, and yeah, I've ended up taking a loss there. I'm disappointed with myself in that one because I really shouldn't have got involved in that at all. It's only 82p, but yeah, I had no real business trading that race. There was nothing massively obvious. There was quite a lot to keep an eye on. Yeah, I've ended up making a hash of that. So yeah, that's really a lesson of what not to do, to be honest. If you're not certain, I mean, what was I realistically trying to get there? 20 odd p, 30p from a tick. I've ended up losing sort of 2 or 3 times that, so yeah, I'm going to switch this off now. Okay, it's just coming into this race. This is quite a cumbersome market. Now, this favourite, it's been getting backed in steadily. Excuse me. It's been getting backed in steadily throughout the day. Can it keep coming? This has just pushed through the 6. This is coming down towards the 4, so there's looking at the minute like there's a little bit of opposition potentially for this favourite. Now, ideally, I would like to catch one of these at the crossover rather than trading this favourite, but it could be the favourite that catch at the crossover. You look at the traded volume on this runner, for example, against these at shorter prices, you can see that it is quite strong. I think this could keep coming back in, to be honest. Whether this favourite's gonna drift out over the 4, that's another question. What's this one doing? This could be a bit of a victim here. So favourite's sort of bouncing up and down now. Yeah, I'm just being a little bit quiet, sorry. Turnover's starting to pick up a little bit. What's going to make this favourite drift is this one keeps on coming. These two have got to get through these crossovers here. I'm not worried about these two at any point in this. So it's just a case of concentrating on the ladders here, I think. If any's going to break, what's it going to be? I've got a sneaky suspicion that this could carry on drifting, but we're coming up to the 2-minute mark, so this is going to push through the 4. Okay, go in here. Let's push through. That's drifting up towards the 6. Nothing's really got going here, and they are pushing down. I'm gonna stick a lay stake in there. I need this to carry on pushing like it was through the 4. Now I got this wrong. It's carrying on pushing. Just give it a little bit more time to breathe. Could do with one of these coming with it, and it's, I don't really want a 1v1. No, there's no. Yeah. I'm awaiting too much here. There's nothing happening. It's starting to push a little bit again. This is pushing on the 4. Yeah, hold on to my pants time is a key to this. I'm still holding. I'm just going to get out there. It's just not happening. This is pushing down, but it's not really got the legs to push right through, I don't think. Is it starting to now? There's only 30 seconds left. And look at this getting going now. It's fucking hell. Yeah, it just looked too dodgy. These are starting to get going now, and there's literally no fucking time left in this race. Albeit it's not fired out loads. Yeah, that looks like it's lining up at the front as well, doesn't it? This one was the one, you know what, I've stuck to my original plan and sort of laid this at the 6. I could have made a couple of ticks. Instead I was, yeah. Look, I made a mistake, but I gave it as much of a chance as I really felt comfortable with, and I wouldn't have made much out of that even if I had held on for longer. So yeah, I cut that. I don't feel I did anything wrong there. Okay, so that sundown race has just finished. There's been a bit of a flurry of money just off the back of that, I think. But yeah, quite a tight front end of the market here. Got two in and around sort of the same price. This one's sort of coming to the bottom of this range here. Is it going to carry on? What's coming in against it? There's literally no money being matched on this horse here. These two have got crossovers. This itself has got a crossover. Just looking, this hasn't really moved, and yeah, these aren't doing a lot at the top end there. So we've got some opposition now. These are sort of pushing down, but are they going to get through? Are they going to get through their resistance points there? And this is sort of doing its own thing. I'm just trying to see, that's that favourite there. And that's lining up at the front. So yeah. Just trying to understand here. There's not a lot of money being matched here. Is this going to come through this 6? Could this be the safest one to trade? Just looking at this graph, it's had fuck all matched on it though. The money starts sort of coming now. Is this going to bounce off this mark here? I'm going to get in there. Okay, is it going to break through this 4 conclusively? And what's coming in against it? Might be lucky to get this matched here. Is it looking a bit dodgy? It's tatering, isn't it? It's bouncing around. It's starting to look a little bit dodgy. Can we just get a little push up? There's not loads coming in against it, that's a problem. So we managed to get that matched. And it started getting going now. So it was a little bit hairy for a minute there, but there wasn't any sort of conclusive backing on it. So I wasn't overly nervous, and yeah, it's got going there. Truth is, there's not loads happening in this. Let's see if we can get another tick out of this. It looks quite safe. If that comes back down to there. Ooh. Just fucked up there. Just going to try and get that out. I've just got to be careful. This is coming back down again. Is that going to bounce back up? I think it might. You might just have to get that, try and get that out there. They're just about to go off. Yeah, I ended up with a scratch there because I tried to get too smart. I didn't want to get caught in play. Okay. I'm not sure how many more I'm gonna trade here, to be honest. I might sort of go up to 3 o'clock, I think, but yeah, I'm starting to get a little bit tired. Yeah, I'll probably trade the next 3 races, or at least look at them anyway. Whether I trade them or not, I don't know. But yeah, I'll leave that there. Okay, I'm hoping this video works. I did trade that nice race, and yeah, I recorded. I've done a trade on the favourite, and yeah, it was quite good, to be honest. But it looks like I just want to publish a video afterwards, and it's something fucked up with the encoding again. So that's like the second time that's happened to me in the last week, where something's gone wrong with the encoding on the video. So I don't know. I'm gonna have a play around with it after and see if I can save that, because it was quite a good example. But yeah, the favourite, it drifted up quite quickly, to be honest, and yeah, went from sort of 1.85ish up out to 2 really quickly. But ladder 2 and ladder 3 were sat above crossovers, and didn't really look like pushing through either. So there was nothing. I really just couldn't see anything stopping the favourite coming back in, and I backed it, and it, sure enough, it did come back in. Again, really quickly, but back down to about the 1.8. I think I got out about 1.87ish, something like that. But yeah, made a couple of quid really quickly, and yeah, I'm really pissed off if that recording hasn't worked, because it would have been a good one to show. Okay, let's concentrate on this one now. Leave that frustration. Hopefully I can get it up. But yeah, I'm just a little bit conscious about this one as well. So I'm really looking, can I catch one of these two at the crossover, really? So is this favourite gonna break through this range? It's that's where all its traded volume's been. I don't think so. I'm almost tempted to get in here just on that basis alone. Use the bottom of this range as a potential exit point. But I guess if I can catch one of these at crossover, then that's potentially even safer. Yeah, my feeling is this might drift, and we're coming up to the 2 minute mark now. These two are pushing at the minute. This is pushing. This is going. Is it going to carry on? We'll get that out. There's 2 pushing. The favourite's pushing back down again. We've got half a stake out now. I don't know if we're going to get much more out of this, but we've still got opposition. This is still pushing. Okay, so it has got going now. See if we can get out there. I'll be happy with 3 quid out of this. Yeah. Probably should have stayed in for a little bit longer there. Look at it. Okay, that was quick and easy. You know what? Didn't give us too much trouble there. Took half the stake out after the entry, and I think we got in about 5.9 there, to be honest, just before the 6. So you notice when I took half the stake out, it was sort of down at the 5.6 mark. So yeah, it's carried on going. I probably could have let that breathe a little bit longer, but £3's good enough. It's coming down to the 6 now. This favourite hasn't really done anything, has it? It sort of drifted out a little bit, and it doesn't look like it's going to get through this range. So you could probably, there's an argument to say you could probably scalp this fairly safely at the minute, but this has broke through the 6 now, and this has really fucked off. Oh, yeah. Took the profits far too early there, far too early. But look, it's a decent enough green. I'm not gonna sort of stew over that too much. But yeah, just goes to show how far they can drift, doesn't it? It's coming back in a little bit now, but yeah, that would have probably been 5, 6, maybe £7 if we kept in there. But I think done the safe thing. I'm happy with the sort of few ticks that I got out of that. So yeah, I'm not sure if I'm gonna trade this last race, to be honest. I think I'll just leave this one alone and make this one last race and sort of end on a high. It's not been a bad day, I don't think. I'll just get rid of this because I'm not. It's just about to go off. So if I just bring the P&L up, yeah, so that last one's on there. So with this sort of £3 to go on, that brings us up for a tenner for the day. You can see there's sort of bits and bobs, sort of smallish greens, bit of a loss there. That was a stupid one. Really disappointed in that one. Should never have got involved in that race at all. And yeah, it was stupidity and an unnecessary loss. Again, that one not too disappointed with that loss, to be honest. It could have gone either way. Yeah, just never really got going as I thought it might. So, and yeah, I really hope I can get the video going for this one, to be honest, because it'd be a good one to see. Cause it was a really quick sort of bounce up and then just catching it on the reversal and bounce back down again. So I would have been quite happy to show you that. But yeah, let's see if it makes it in the final cut. It makes it. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But overall, you know what? I'm quite happy with that. It'll be, once this one goes on, it'll be a tenner for the day. It's no great shakes, but the bank's building nicely enough. And I'll get the Betfair P&L once this has gone on, and just attach it to the end of this video, just to show on the P&L sheet really where we sat, and we'll maybe do a couple of minutes on the deeper diving into some of the race stats off the P&L sheet. Okay, we'll leave it there. Okay, so back at the P&L sheet, I've just got my sheet off Betfair, so hopefully it will work. Yeah, it's just come through. Okay, so we import that. Where are we sat? And that's updated now. So yeah, you can see £40.75 overall, which isn't bad. considering, you know, the sort of stakes that have been trading, and yeah, I haven't traded too many markets, to be honest. Just go into a little bit of a deeper dive, so there's quite a lot of reds here, isn't there? But yeah, excuse me. So yeah, if we're looking at this, my strike rate hasn't really changed since last time. I think it was 71%. So you know, that's neither here nor there. My average profit has gone down, and my average loss has gone, I believe it's gone up a little bit since last time, but still in the positive there. I'm not too worried about that, given the sort of 72% strike rate. So we've traded 54 markets in total now. And yeah, it's growing, you know, steadily. So you can see that just from this, you know, you can quickly spot where you're sort of trading your best markets, I guess. And yeah, you've just got to be mindful of the sample size there. So, you know, we've lost one in 4 of those, which is pretty good. Is there anywhere we're really struggling? So these are too small a sample size to be massively concerned there. And yeah, but as time goes by and the sample size gets much bigger, like I explained the other day, you can really sort of see the benefit of this sheet at that point. Even coming across to here, yeah, it's you can start drilling into the distance of the races, and you know, does that make a difference to the market you're trading? I don't really think so. I can't sort of envisage why the length of the race, if you like, the distance in the race is gonna impact the market. But yeah, look, some people might think it's important. And then yeah, particular courses, again, it's not something that I'd really sort of focus on too heavy, I guess. I mean, if I look at Wincanton, that sort of stands out on the small sample that I've got, in the sense that, yeah, I haven't done very well there, have I? And yeah, it's good overall. You can sort of see it's on the daily. It's sort of bounced down and back up again. It's since it started on the 3rd. That's showing decent sort of steady profits there. And we didn't trade, or I never traded sort of most of this week really. So it's only yesterday and today out of this week, and I'm done a bit on the Tuesday night for the 3 races. So yeah, that's a decent 40 odd quid is a decent return so far, considering the strategy I'm using. And I'd be surprised now, and it's maybe a bold statement, but I'd be quite surprised if I was to end this series of videos with a loss. I'd have to do something, you know, really stupid to lose this whole £40 if I stick to the strategy that I've been using. So the focus here really is, you know what, I've got to keep building on this, and yeah, just not putting any pressure on myself. I don't really care what the figure is at the end of the month, and that's true. I don't care. I hope that I can build on this figure, and you know, maybe even get nearer the £100 mark by the end of the month. But it's not the arbitrary or the monetary figure that sort of matters here. It's the process itself. So I'm not executing fantastically in some of these markets, but I'm trying to stay as disciplined as possible as well. So it's that process really that helps build this P&L up and helps build your bank, and that's what I really wanted to get out of this sort of video series, is don't be focused on the number. Be focused on what you're doing and the approach that you're taking to every market. And if you keep that consistency and that discipline, then the profits should take care of themselves. But yeah, I'm going to leave that there. It's been a sort of decent weekend's trading, a little bit flat yesterday, but a half decent day today, so I'm happy with that overall. I hope you've got something out of the videos today. Appreciate there's quite a few sort of markets on this again, so it's going to be it's been quite a long video, but yeah, I hope you've got something out of it. If you have, please sort of feel free to like the video, comment if you've got anything you sort of want to ask, or any opinions that you've got. And yeah, if you're not already subscribed and you'd like to do that, then it'd be very much appreciated. Okay, I'm not sure when I'll be back this week, guys, because if I can get a bit of weekday trading in, I may well do it. If not, it's probably going to be the back end of the week, really. Friday, maybe just Saturday, Sunday again. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Enjoy the rest of your night.